In today's episode.
So when you're walking on this Badlands dirt, it's incredibly slippery, and it's really interesting if you look at what this stuff is actually made out of. It's just this granulated, just dirt. That's all it is. It's not even rock.
We're Anton and Natalie. We spent 4 months converting a cargo van into a camper, and now we're traveling the country. In today's episode, we explore western South Dakota.
Good morning from Worthington, Minnesota. This is our view this morning. I'm gonna drive a little bit this morning, give Natalie a break. Yeah. And we are off to South Dakota.
Very important for me. We're in South Dakota.
We are in South Dakota. We stopped by a few places in Sioux Falls, got some gas. There are long stretches of road here in South Dakota that don't have any gas stations, so very important to keep your gas tank as full as possible. So we're driving out to the Badlands, which we're super excited about. We got some reports of really nasty weather further west and south in the state, towards the Black Hills. So we're hoping that that's just over there and it's not gonna graze us. Otherwise, we might have to find an underpass to wait the storm out under. I don't want large hail beating up on our van.
We've made it to Waldrug. Let's go see what it's all about.
Waldrug is not just a drugstore. It's actually like this whole massive collection of little stores with anything you can imagine.
Right, this is what they're famous for, free ice water.
These are kind of hard to
Maneuver.
I'm gonna have to touch it and then sanitize.
Yeah, good call.
Here we go. For ice water, let me tell you how it tastes. Oh wow, the water here is very different. It's very soft water, probably because of all the sandstone, but it is iced. So this is what Waldrug looks like from the outside. It kind of looks like a fairly small building, but when you go inside, the place is massive.
When you see stores like this that have the Badlands t-shirts and Black Hills t-shirts, and you really want that souvenir to bring home, that's something special, stop and think for a second. There's the National Park store, which means you're supporting the national parks because all of the proceeds go directly towards the National Park Service. So instead of buying it here, get their donuts. Totally delicious, awesome. Get the food here, but buy the stuff that you're going to bring home for a souvenir from the National Park Service because you're helping your own parks. Our love of donuts is going to continue today. So we love our Krispy Kremes, but today we're trying Waldrug donuts, which we've heard are amazing. Let's find out. Okay, yep, really good. Very, very good. Oh my god.
My turn.
Light, delicious. Which one do you want? Maple?
I'll start with the regular. So we just finished our little hangout at Waldrug, and Waldrug is very interesting. It's one of the most popular places in the United States. You see signs along the roads pretty much the second you leave Minnesota, wall drug, and the signs are very enticing, especially the 5-cent coffee ones. Now, there's a lot of people here, so if you are the kind of person who doesn't like crowds, who doesn't like a lot of tourists, keep that in mind. The donuts were definitely worth it. Amazing donuts, probably some of the best donuts that we've had. I don't know about you, but I loved the donuts, especially the maple glazed ones.
Oh, that was so good.
5-cent coffee was, well, 5 cents, and it tasted like it. In terms of like what they have inside, they have a lot of different things, and it's kind of like a mixture of a souvenir shop with a curiosity shop. It's cool to walk around, but definitely try to go off season or midweek. We were here, it's a Thursday today,
It's
right?
a Friday.
Friday. It is a Friday, so it's a bit busy and it's peak season. But honestly, like in terms of souvenirs and what they sell, they do have, it's kind of like very consumerist. It's a lot of tchotchkes, stuff that's not made locally, a lot of stuff from China, a lot of plastic things, a lot of colorful things, lights, trinkets. It is what it is. You know, it's the case with a lot of tourist shops, a lot of places will have stuff like that. But if you're looking for an authentic experience, a lot of local crafts and art, you won't find it here. But that said, stop by and check it out. It's worthwhile a visit.
Yeah. If you are looking for a local authentic experience, dig deep and don't be afraid to. Find that local shop where the woman inside made everything there. It's out there.
So last but certainly not least, there's one other thing Wall Drug is really famous for, and that is their pies. So we got a blueberry pie, and we're going to see how it is. Pardon the appearance. It got a little jumbled in transport. It's not bad, but it's definitely not the best pie I've ever had.
All right.
I make way better ones.
Honest assessment.
For a mass-produced pie, it's actually pretty darn good. It's not too over-sugared. The crust is nice and flaky. It's not bad. It tastes like it was semi-homemade.
We are waiting to get into Badlands National Park. It's a Saturday today. I'm a little surprised at the amount of people coming into the park, considering that it's not like one of the most popular parks in the country, like Mount Rainier or the Smokies. But there's a line, nonetheless.
A short line.
You have to go up these hills.
We're doing our first hike today in Badlands National Park. It is really spectacular. If you've ever been to Death Valley and you've seen the painted hills there, or areas around Arizona like Petrified Forest National Park, very similar landscape, except much more vast than the little sections in those parks. We're gonna do a little loop and see what it's all about.
My favorite things in the world are here.
Beware
And by my favorite, I mean not my favorite. My least
rattlesnakes.
favorite.
I hope we see one at least.
From a long things you should know when you are hiking out here. It can rain at any time. There's pop-up thunderstorms like crazy, just absolutely out of nowhere. Bring rain gear and have a little bit of a plan to get out. Then also you should always wear a sun hat to protect yourself, tons of sunscreen. In general, very light clothing, especially in the summertime. If it's in winter, obviously just dress appropriately for the weather. And lots of water. Fill those water hydration reservoirs to the brim. So important. And a little snack, just in case.
marker wouldn't make sense. They have colored stakes to show you the trail.
We just saw 2 bighorn sheep. This park is famous for 3 types of wildlife: prairie dogs, bison, and bighorn sheep. We saw a couple earlier driving in, but now there's a couple posing on some of the hoodoos, and it looks spectacular. It's kind of far, I don't know if you can see, but right on top of that hoodoo right there. One of the best things about van life is that when you're done with a hike, you're home. Here we are home on wheels. After exploring the natural wonders of Badlands National Park, we decided to stop by at a small Native American craft shop, and we absolutely loved everything there. It was super authentic. Every time Natalie and I go on trips, we love to do a lot of tripod sessions. As photographers, it's something that we can't get away from, and we just did an awesome one with the sun setting in the background and the Badlands. Can't wait to share it with you guys. Our van's looking super scenic. We are getting an oil change.
So this is what we've come to. We're going paddleboarding, and Anton, oh yeah, I don't even know if this is appropriate for YouTube.
We are in the town of Custer, which is one of the nicest towns in the Black Hills and kind of the center hub for all of the outdoor adventures.
It's kind of like Moab meets Steamboat, Moab, Utah meets Steamboat, Colorado. I really like it.
Very western, big street, lots of cute shops and breweries. And we are back at the trailhead. Natalie
van clean out.
in the garage, what we call it.
Well, everyone calls it that.
So with a smaller van like what we have, everything has to get jam-packed down here, so it's a bit of a process.
Yep. I'm gonna get out of the garage so we can put away the bikes now.
So that was pretty amazing single track biking.
Oh yeah.
Really beautiful. We are at Fort Meade, a historic place, and we are going to head over to Spearfish just to check out the town. Supposedly it's really beautiful. We don't really have a place to camp tonight over here. We're gonna forego our reservation back in Custer. It is pretty far. We didn't really realize how far away everything is over here in the Black Hills. So we're just gonna find a spot to camp and go from there. And tomorrow we'll be in Wyoming.
Yay!
Welcome to Spearfish.
So we left Custer, wasn't our vibe, totally okay. Not everything's for everyone, but we found this, and this is our vibe. I feel like I'm in a Japanese garden.
This is actually the Spearfish City Campground. It's a city park, and they have a campground, and the spot we found has a trout brook running right through it. Absolutely stunning.
Oh. I think we need to try it here.
fried cheese curds. I'm gonna try them. Holy crap. Oh my god. Yep, that's good. All over my face, and it's good.
So this is the main street of Spearfish.
Sleepy. Oh my gosh, look, there's a fireplace going over there.
So we both got the same Mountain Huckleberry. I'm already making a giant mess.
What do you think?
It's very berry forward. Berry forward. I like it.
I'm glad. So we found this cute little creamery across the street from the brewery. They only have 8 ice creams at a time, and everything is totally homemade. It's called Leon's.
So this is the campground we're staying at. On the left side here is what they call primitive camping, which really means that it's just no hookups, electricity, water, but
All good.
still super beautiful. Then they have showers and bathrooms over there, and then all of the hookup sites over there. Really nice campground. For the night we paid 25 bucks, which I know for a lot of van life folks that's a stretch, especially if you're doing it full time. But for us, we figured for the comfort of not having to look for a spot, and the Walmart in Spearfish actually no longer allows camping because of some incidents last year with people camping, unfortunately. So we would have just had to look a lot, and there were a couple of places on iOverlander that we found, but this is great.
Yeah, the places we found on iOverlander weren't like sure bets. They were like pull-offs on the side of the road, so we don't know if they were taken or what. So we just figured better safe than sorry. Let's go with this. And yeah,